Oh, training, conditioning. We got Worlds Masters coming up in September, and 3 months out, so we're just starting to open up the gym more often. So I mean, with anything, it's just reps, right? Getting reps, getting our minds prepared, our bodies prepared. So a lot of this is more conditioning. So the first part of the day was just, you know, we got together to train, and I love working out with these guys. We come in here, we all pull our shorts up, rip our shirts off, we get all the equipment out, we start screaming and yelling and banging away on some conditioning, fun workout. Like, I love doing all the functional fitness stuff. So I always play with barbells and kettlebells, so it's nice to actually do things that are a little more applicable and more movement-based. Knock some rounds in. I wasn't gonna be able to make it because I had to drop my daughter off at hula. My wife wanted to go work out, you know, at Zeus down the street. So I was like, no, I gotta make it. So I ran, dropped them off, ran in here, ran in, did a couple rounds. It's like, oh my God, I gotta go. I can't let my daughter be standing out waiting for me. I had to go run down there, race down to pick her up. I'm all sweaty. I ran in to pick her up. My shorts still hiked up. I'm pouring sweat. Then ran and picked up my wife, who was waiting for me on a park bench by Best Buy. Raced down here, trying to get some rolls in before my daughters get too hungry. And yeah, that's how badly I want to be here. And I think everyone else is just like, yeah, Saturday, we get to hang out, you know, because we usually come in the morning, so it's nice to just be here on a Saturday. For folks that work a normal 9 to 5, I think it's a more kind of relaxed pace. I think we all that come here in the mornings normally kind of have those free days, so the other folks that don't get to hang out after, like we do, you know, can get that opportunity on the weekends too. So it's always a nice chill vibe. I feel like it's like just getting punched in the chest over and over again, you know. No, it was good. It was a good mixture of strength routine, strength training type movements, multi-joint movements, which are good. Just trying to work up the joints. A lot of the stuff that especially with my training too, is I want to start doing compound movements, you know, like squats of some sort, explosive movement, jumps, burpees, push-ups, rows. Was it press, pull, push, row? You know, those kind of basic human movements. Incorporating those is partially beyond the strength and the conditioning part. Is I want to make sure to get my joints, my ligaments and tendons nice and strength, right? So they need that resistance, just because I've taken a beating since I started Jiu Jitsu, you know. So it happens, right? So we gotta kind of keep working on it. So it's a rope attached to an object, and there's tons of different ways you can use it. It could be a strict arm movement, so you can take it from arm movement to incorporating your back with almost a pull. And then you can throw your hips into it so it becomes a full body. So it's almost like largest muscle group to smallest muscle group. So it starts with the hip hinge, into a back pull, into a squeeze with the lat, into a little twist with the finger. So it can be here, you can be alternating, you can move laterally while you're trying to swing. So yeah, that's just imbalance. So it's just basically doing push-ups, but on an inverted Bosu ball, so it's all wobbly, right? So a lot of that is more core work, because our feet are elevated, and just balance, being it, you know, your smaller supportive muscles versus just straight push-up, because you have the ground to balance on. Now we're kind of balancing and moving around a little bit, which, I mean, for what we do, nothing's static, right? Your opponent's not just gonna sit there and let, you know what I mean, they're moving. So I think it's also great for injury prevention as we start working the rotator cuffs and the smaller supportive muscles. So we're used to, like, when you bench and press, you're using the big guys, right? The barbell supports it, the ground supports us. You take that away, and now all the little balancing muscles come into play. So it's strengthening, and it's almost like prehab, you know, try to prevent things from getting injured. So that was just kind of any kind. I think it was supposed to be just a squat clean. Some of us were doing more of like a double press, where it was kind of a swing into a squat and then into a push press or overhead press, so a thruster. So it's just kind of doing something. So it's basically going from a squat into a press, or a push press if using your hips to initiate the movement. So again, compound, full range of motion. The Icky shovel, which I don't do because I'll kick those things across the room and fall on my face. So what I did is I was just doing lateral hops. So just laterally hop one way, hop one way, hop one way, hop one way, jump forward, I step back because again I'll fall on my ass. Do a burpee and then jump forward again to start it. So it's just hops, lateral hops. Right? Explosive movements, full extension, jumping up. And then if guys' knees are sore, just doing the Icky shuffle, high steps, high knees over, high knees over. So just instead of just going laterally up and down, we're working on lateral movements. You know, I love it. I love that feeling, that just that like lactic acid, that dump that you get, that glycolytic dump after a hard workout. Like, I love that. I love feeling that's just that laid out feeling, you panting for breath. In those workouts, nothing matters but just getting through that round, getting to the next round, focusing on, okay, what can I put out? What can I put out right now? What can I put out right now? What do I have to give right now, you know, for the next round? You know, partially because we're all working out together. This is a team thing, so it's like, I don't want to sandbag, and I know my partners aren't going to sandbag, so it's all, you know what I mean? Like, we start grunting, everyone else starts grunting, right? So it becomes this whole thing. If we're all banging, we're all going to bang, you know, and like, you don't want to be the one guy like, hanging out, right? Because you get to rest soon enough, you're gonna get a rest. Oh yeah, I love it. I love working out. I'm so used to working out on my own at home or at work or whatever. Even when I was coaching like CrossFit type stuff, like I always had to work out on my own. And like what got me into it again, to what I said before, what I was talking about was the group. You know, shared suffrage builds bonds. You know what I mean? We're all getting flogged by sticks. We're gonna bond over that. You know what I mean? Might not be the coolest thing to get bond over, but it's like, ow, but hey, you did that too. Hey, I see you, you know? So that's why I love these. I love these. And yeah, any stress or anxiety, gone. You know, channel it. Nature's antidepressant, as they call it.